Welcome to class. This class is going to be a little more restorative and gentle. We'll do some standing. You're going to need, if you have these available, a blanket to sit on if you have one, another blanket for Shavasana, eye pillow, strap. We're going to use a strap. And then blocks, of course. So if you have a bolster, that's what we're going to use today. So we'll start like we usually do, just a minute of breath. I'm going to encourage you to try nose breathing, Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose, because it's so calming. And it's such a great way to calm the mind, but it's an amazing tool to oxygenate your body. So in through the nose, out through the nose if you can. And during this minute, try to do 3 to 5 counts in breath, 3 to 5, 6 even counts out breath. So just slow it down. I will set my timer for, let's do close to 2 minutes. So find a place to sit that's comfortable. So lengthen up like I'm doing right now. I have a blanket underneath. I'm sitting on the edge of a yoga blanket, or you can lay down. So I'm going to ring my bell and we'll get started. If you're seated, relax your shoulders. If you're laying down, surrender to the floor. But this time, I usually say don't manipulate your breath. Let's manipulate our breath a little bit this time and slow it down, longer counts. Okay, as always, honor where you are today with your energy. This is going to be a little more gentle, but if there's something I'm doing that doesn't feel right, or you just don't have the energy, we'll do some standing, but move to child pose. Child pose is the best. So use child pose when you need it. We're gonna start in legs up the wall. So go to a wall. I'm just going to use this space right here by the windows, so it doesn't have to be the perfect wall. So what you're going to do is just slide your right or left hip and put it next to the wall, and then lie down and swing your legs up. So legs up the wall is a nice way to start a restorative practice because of how calming it is. And it just helps you relax, get a little more present, And I'm going to time us for about 5 minutes. And you're just going to slow the breath. Soften the face. Soften the palms of your hands. Take one more slow breath while you're in legs up the wall, and long inhale. Slow exhale. Slowly bend the knees. Pause here for a minute. And then slowly rolling to the right or the left. Slowly pressing yourself up. Go slow. And then move yourself back to the mat. And let's move into child pose. Yeah, child pose. So take your knees wide. Slide your hands forward or take them back. Your arms back, whatever you'd like. Let's take a few breaths here before we start moving. Rolling up to hands and knees. And just pause here. Cat-cow, belly moves down, gaze lifts. Ooh, notice how your back's feeling. I haven't mentioned this in my other videos, but the best way to feel good in your practice, one of the best things you can do is to have an empty stomach. So I haven't eaten today, and it's about 11 o'clock, and I just feel so much better when my stomach's empty. But you just be aware of what you need, of course, but there's something about an empty stomach. Pause in neutral spine, gentle hip circles, soften the hands. Okay, we're just warming up the hips a little bit, getting our blood moving. Opposite direction. So this practice will be a practice you might want to turn on when your energy's a little low, you don't feel like moving a lot. Spread your fingers wide, tuck the toes, downward dog. And I'm hoping it can be very helpful to you on days that you want to do yoga, but you don't want to do too much yoga. Deep breath. Pedal the feet. Work through the full motion of each foot. We forget about our feet until they're complaining. Need to want to take good care of them. Good. Okay, let's do yogic squat. Take your feet wide, walk your hands back. Slowly bring the hips down to the floor. Let's take about 3 or 4 breaths here. I like to rock side to side. It feels good on my ankles. Plant the hands. Sitting on your heels, hero's pose. We're just going to take a twist to your left. Shoulders down, moving to the right. Back to center, lift the arms, interlace fingers, press palms up. And release, hands behind, interlace fingers, tuck the chin. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, downward dog. Bring the knees to the floor. Take the right foot out, plant the foot, and press back into child pose. So this is a really nice hip opener here. Back to hands and knees. Right foot moves out, plant the foot, sink. Back to center, hands and knees. Now you're going to come up just on your knees here. Take your right foot out again. This time you're going to keep the toes up, and you're going to bring your left hand down to your ankle, or you could bring it to a block. Then you're going to lift the right hand up. This is gate pose. So you're going to really stretch through the low back and hip and open up those right ribs. Good, other side, right leg out. Left arm lifts, reaching it over. I'm feeling that a lot in my low back, right side. And you're going to open the shoulder a little bit, coming out. Left hand down. Back to hands and knees. Downward dog. Tuck the chin. Pedal the feet one more time. Good. All right, float the right leg. A little more movement. Bring that right knee in toward your navel. Hover. Reach the right leg back. Bring that right knee in one more time. Round the spine. Right knee to right wrist. Moving into your version of pigeon. Move to your back if this is too much to be forward facing. Lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Shoulders relaxed. And breathe. Move back to that slow, longer inhale. Slow, longer exhale. Exhale, planting the hands, lift the gaze again. Tuck the back toes. We're moving to our three-legged dog. One more time, right leg lifts. You don't have to do the three-legged dog. You can just move to tabletop. Bend the knee, gaze to the right. Right foot down. Good. Left leg floated up. Strong in the hands. Left knee moves toward the navel round. A little bit of strengthening. Right leg lifts. back to the navel, hold. Left shin to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. And rest. Lengthen the neck. Check in with your shoulders one more time. See if you can move them down. Blend the hands. Lift the gaze. So this can be a really nice, gentle back bend here. You're going to feel it in probably the right front hip. Tuck the back toes. You're either going to move to tabletop or three-legged dog. It's up to you. Press and lift. Bend the left knee, gaze left. And release. Good. Okay, let's come down to our knees again into hero's pose. Take your hands down to the floor. Inhale, lifting the arms, holding the left wrist. Lengthen as much as you can here, and then side bend to your, sorry, I'm holding my right hand. Side bend left. Other side, holding left. Side bend right. And release. Okay, let's stretch out the forearms, fingertips pointing toward the knees. Lengthen the neck again, always lengthening the neck. Feel that lengthen through the forearms. Good. Release. We're going to move to our standing in just a minute, but before we do, let's find our blocks, medium height. Put them in front of you. Elbows to your blocks, hands to prayer. Bring your knees in a little bit closer, and we're moving into kind of a supported puppy pose. So you're going to take the head down. This is going to open through the shoulders. And if you don't like this, just go to child pose. This is just kind of a puppy pose, supported child pose, shoulder opener. I really like how it feels. The weight of the head can do some amazing opening in your shoulders. And release. All right, keep your blocks to the top of your mat. I'm going to put mine on low height for now. And then just come up to your feet and walk forward. Lift the gaze. You can use those blocks if you'd like. Hold here. Again, shoulders down, forward fold. Bend the knees. Hold the elbows, rock side to side. Good. Hands to the block. All right, let's take our right foot back to begin. Straighten both legs and keep your left hand on your block. And then just move into a supported triangle. So because this is a more gentle practice, you're going to use more support. So block, will help lift and open the chest a little bit more. Find a gaze that feels good for your neck. Slowing that breath down again, in through the nose, out through the nose. And there's so many micro movements you can do in a triangle. Changing the shoulders, changing the gaze. Right hand comes down. You're going to move to the other side. So right foot comes up, left foot back. Plant the back foot. Right hand plants. Left arm lifts. And hold. Left hand down, back foot moves forward, right foot moves back, move into your version of side angle. So left hand down on the block, or left forearm to top of thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, and hold. Move your awareness to sensation. I'm feeling a lot of sensation in my back leg today. This is an incredibly deep hip opener on the left side. Right hand comes down, back foot moves forward, left foot back. Find your lunge. Open that left shoulder up. Left arm reaches over the head and hold. Stay with your breath. Good, left hand down. Okay, let's move to bring that back foot forward and bring the right foot back again and then sink down onto your right knee. Find your deep lunge. Lift the chest. The more you lift the chest, the more you're going to feel it through here. Shoulders down again. Long neck. Your hands can be on the blocks as well. Back foot moves forward. Left foot moves back. Sink. Find your place. So either hands on top of your right knee, hands to blocks, or you can lift your arms. You can open the arms too. Just whatever movement your body needs today. You can also take your hands behind you and interlace the fingers, and that will really open the chest. Planting the hands. Tuck the back toes, bring that back foot forward, right foot back. Let's do some wide leg for a minute before we go back down to the floor. So take your blocks underneath your hands under shoulders. Pause here. I mean, this is an amazing stretch just if you stay here. Especially if you're actively lifting up through the tailbone. Then that left arm will lift up and open. You can also take the top hand, arm around your waist, opening the shoulder. Left hand to the block, right arm opens. Press into the toes. Keep your legs really active. Move from the middle back if you can. Maybe the right hand arm comes down around the back. Right hand down, walk your blocks forward. Wide leg down dog. Tuck the chin. Good. Walk your hands back. Now walk them to the left and just take a gentle stretch. You're going to feel this through the right ribs, the back of the left leg especially. And then other side. Plant the hands. Let's just move side to side, just getting a little bit of mobility into our knees and our hips. Just side to side, nice and gentle. Okay, so good. Okay, let's go down to the floor. We'll work with our strap. Lie on the floor for a minute, just rest for a second. You can have your knees up if you want. Maybe the palms up. Just notice how you're feeling now. I'm feeling a lot warmer, a lot more open. Find your strap. Let's start with the left leg, straightening up. Strap around that left foot. And right leg can be straight or bent. Elbows to the floor. Press the elbows into the floor, allow the chest to broaden, and then just take your time as you gently find a stretch through the back of the left leg. Keep your face soft, the upper body soft. Flex the foot for more sensation. You can also take your hands to the end of your strap and take your elbows out. That can be a nice way to do this. Strap to the left hand and slowly bringing the leg out. Right arm reaches away from the body and hold. Keep your breath going. Back to center, strap to the right hand, crossing your leg over, open the chest. Back to center. Right foot coming up. Find your stretch. Relax the throat, chest, broaden the back. Strap to the right hand, slowly opening the leg. Keep those hips pressing down into the floor, nice and heavy. Back to center, crossing over to the other side. And back to center. Awesome. Okay. Take your strap and put it to the side. And let's move into some back bends. Now, if you don't want to do active back bends, just slide your block underneath your low back right now and just rest there. Otherwise, you're going to have your toes pointing straight ahead, palms up or down, doesn't matter. And then lift the hips up slowly. Remember, the chest is moving toward the chin, and pretend that you're holding a block between your knees. Hold here. We're strengthening so many muscles here. Exhale, let it go. Good. That's the only one we're going to do today. Now you're going to support yourself with your block. Keep your feet down on the floor. Take a few breaths here. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and remove your block. Knees into the chest, side to side, and spinal twist to the right or to the left, and hold. So when your knees are together like this, I at least feel it more in my upper back, right side, upper back. Moving to the other side. And we move slow enough in my videos that you can do extra if you want to do extra stretches that you need. The pace of this video does leave you room to do more if you want to. You could move into happy baby in this one. And back to center. Okay, nice. All right, we're going to roll up and just take a quick forward fold. You can either do straddle or cobbler, any forward fold. I just want you to really stretch out that low back, lengthening forward and down. Slow, deep breath, that's the main thing. Slow, deep breath so that your body can receive the pose, truly. The breath will lead the way for sure. The breath teaches us to inhale, lengthen, little burst of energy, Exhale, let it go. Go deeper into the pose. Just reminds us. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let it go. And rising up. Good. Before we do Shavasana, I'd like to put us in a supported cobbler pose. Inclined. That's what I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. So, 2 blankets. And again, if you need any props, let me know. I can find good props for you for a good price. Okay, so I'm using my flat bolster block on low height because this is more of a restorative pose, so low height. And we'll be here 6 or 7 minutes. So, low back right next to the bolster, soles of the feet together. You can straighten your legs, you don't have to do cobbler. I take my 2 blankets, then I fold them in half again. You can use throw pillows, or you can use blocks. Coming down, we're going to be here, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm not going to talk. I want us to move into more of a stillness so that we can get prepared for Shavasana. So this pose, if you are not supporting your thighs, I highly recommend you do, because this is not an active stretch. This is more about supporting and allowing our body to open, but in a very supported way. So we don't want pressure on the inner thigh. We want to support it so it feels nice. Open the palms. And I like the block on low because I want your elbows to be firmly on the floor so that there's no strain on your shoulders. So that's why I say do it on the low. So you can also use your eye bag for this one. You could also use it at the first of the video during legs up the wall. Shoulders relaxed. Palms relaxed. Slow breath. start to deepen the breath a little bit. We're going to slowly come out of this and move into our Shavasana. So just planting your hands next to your hips and then just lifting yourself up, straightening the legs. Let's take a forward fold while we're here. Just lifting up through the spine, reaching forward toward the toes. Your hands can come anywhere they want to go. Gently lifting up through the top of your head, lengthening through the spine. You're going to feel it all the way through the outer thigh, hamstrings, glutes, and just, if you have the ability, if it's in your practice, if you can put your hands over your feet, you can get an extra stretch by pointing a foot and then flexing it just back and forth. This can be really nice through the calves. Just an extra stretch if that's available to you. You can also use your strap around your feet for if you have really tight hips and hamstrings. Excellent. All right, before we move into our Shavasana, one more stretch. I'm just going to move my props. Plant your feet. Modified version of this is to have your hands planted and just lift up through the chest and open the shoulders. If you want to do more, you can press down into the feet and move into your reverse tabletop, which is a really amazing shoulder opener, low back. This feels really nice before you move into a stillness with your rest. So I'm feeling this all the way down through my arms. Then take your hips down, round the shoulders and tuck the chin and press the hands down. You're going to feel a nice opening through the back ribs. And release. Okay, let's move into our rest. A blanket or pillow under your head. I have round bolsters at my house, so I'm going to use a round bolster for under my knees. Standard or flat bolster to support my heels. Blanket to go over me, and an eye pillow. So pause the video if you need to go gather anything for your rest. This is the most important thing we do in this class. It's the most important thing. This is for people who say, I don't have time to rest. You need it especially. And people who say, rest is not productive, or I'm not doing anything. I'll tell you what, this rest is one of the best things you can do for your overall mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health. So your knees are supported. Hips slide down, pillow or blanket under the head to support. Remember, we're going to be still. It's going to be dark with our eye pillow. Warm, you've got to be warm, and it needs to be quiet. So you want if you have family members in the house, tell them you need to be left alone to not bother you. I'll set my timer for 20 minutes. I will rest with you. Once you get your eye pillow settled, or whatever you have, washcloth or something, the eye pillow's nice because it's heavy. Then you're going to take your hands down, open the palms if that's comfortable. If you open the palms, shoulders will drop down. You want to make sure your feet are warm. I probably should have put some socks on, even underneath the blanket. And then once you're settled, Soften your belly. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Release your tongue, allowing the jaw to move down toward the floor. Slow your breath. We're letting go of the physical practice. We're moving into corpse pose, shavasana, rest pose, whatever you want to call it. It's the death of the physical practice and the birth of practicing or moving into our inner world, our inner landscape, dropping down into deep rest. Give yourself permission to rest, to be still. And if your brain is active, it's okay. That's what brains do. Just notice. Recommit to being still. Reassure your brain that it's time to rest. I'll bring you out quietly and slowly when the 20 minutes is up. Start to notice your breath now. Bring your awareness into your physical body. Move fingers and toes. Remove your eye pillow, rolling to one side. Pressing yourself up to seated. Sitting up tall. Exhale all the air out. Deep inhale together. Exhale at the mouth. Hands to heart center. Thank you so much for getting on your mat, practicing with me, showing up for yourself, making your life a little bit better for yourself and for those around you. Yoga is magic. Keep getting on your mat. Namaste.